Ready. Anybody want to say take one action?
Take one, action!
I help people get ready for camera, not to be on camera.
There you go.
Okay, we might have to do this again. Hello. We are here today recording the first ever SpadesCast episode, and I am so excited to embark you all on our journey as we talk aesthetics. Today, I have three very lovely guests on our panel. This is Jackie. We know each other from nursing school, so she knows all my dirty little secrets. Bedside care. This is Sloan, my longtime friend and client. And this is Isabella, who's also a client and now my new loved one. Oh. The point of SpadesCast is to gather different guests every week and to discuss topics that we all think about, we scroll about on TikTok, we try to Google when no one's looking, and we just can't find genuine, humble information on. So stay tuned for everything we blabber about. Anyway, I'm going to take the mic to Jackie, who started with me on my nursing journey.
Yeah, so that was, I don't even know how many years ago now.
Don't tell them.
We'll keep it a secret between us.
Few.
We'll say a long time ago.
Enough to still be young and learn what you need to learn.
Yes, still young at heart, of course. But we started forever ago in nursing school, and we became friends like pretty much immediately, I want to say. I just remember you Alia knew everything, so because she was so smart,
oh my God, stop!
She would literally come in like the last person into the lecture. Oh my God. She'd come with her hair, looking fabulous as always. Perfect. Down to the lecture, and she'd come in and oh, here, I got you this gift, because she's such a gift giver. So she'd bring me little things, and it was just that's my favorite part.
Bought your friendship. I got it.
It definitely helped sway
the dog house. I'm pretty sure. Did I bring the Yorkie to classes sometime?
I feel like you did.
I think I did.
Yeah, she has all kinds of tricks.
I think I did.
Be my friend. So from nursing school, I kind of chose to do the hospital route, but you're very different in your kind of approach. So
yes.
How did you kind of decide to do the aesthetic route?
That's actually a really good question. From a few ways. Honestly, we did bedside nursing a lot in school, and it's tough. Everyone knows how nurses are undervalued, and I won't even begin because that's the only place this will go. Yeah. And Jackie's an ER nurse. What's your actual credential now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm an emerge nurse.
Yeah.
I've completed my master's of adult education. I'm going to be looking at educator jobs hopefully in the future. So
see,
that's amazing.
Can we put
that's
a smart cap on this clip?
We're all successful. But I want to hear about you. What
I love it.
With you?
So in nursing, in order to get away from bedside care, I feel like you have to keep doing more and more school. And I was just
absolutely.
Okay, I love it, but what's tough was going to the unit every day, and people are unhappy. The patients are unhappy. The families are unhappy, and I get it. You're
Everyone's
not celebrating,
sad.
Really, right?
Yeah.
So I was what can I do and be happy and make others happy? Now, mind you, I don't know if they're happy when I'm sticking needles in their face.
I definitely am.
Different conversation if they like needles.
Oh boy,
that's a very different
I appreciate that. Yeah, right. So there's different routes you can go, and honestly, I don't talk about this very much. Maybe my super close friends know. But when I was 14, I actually had an incident in the kitchen where I experienced super bad third-degree burns. I'm talking, you guys know the Thing from Fantastic Four? The bubbly.
Character.
Yeah.
I was him from here all the way until here.
Oh my God.
Gosh.
They were big.
How old were you?
14. Grade 9. Okay, just starting high school when
worst time to do that.
you're really involved with your looks.
Yeah, your self-image
At
is
least
so
you're
important.
young enough to heal, but it's terrifying.
But I didn't heal.
Oh.
I have permanent third-degrry burns on my body, which what I started to do after I healed up enough was put makeup on or wear high-neck clothing. And I'm you know what, I'm doing it right now. I'm wearing high neck clothing as I pull it up. But if you zoom in, I've got third degree burns over me, and it really impacted my self-esteem. And so as I got older, of course, and I was influenced by social media and whatever, I thought I don't want to be someone who wakes up and spends 2 hours every morning picking out what to wear, doing their hair, putting makeup on, and no judgment to anyone that does. It's just, I was beating myself up on it because I felt like I was covering and hiding myself behind it. So I started looking at ways to enhance yourself without changing how you look and how to focus on other areas that bring that self-esteem. So I started going to the gym. I lost a lot of weight. Now my brother doesn't make fun of me. Not that there's anything wrong with losing weight. It's just, I'm 4'9", and so you can only imagine when the LBs really start to show. So, you know, things like that. And then, of course, as I got older, I hit, I think, 18, 19. I'm not that old now. Just plus or minus 10 off that. You know, I was like,
I'm always going to be older.
And so that's another reason I went into aesthetics because, and I get this from a lot of clients that I see. I get younger, I get older people that come to me with like a hair loss issue, and they're like, "How can I take away from this?" Or I look in the mirror and I'm not happy with my nose, and like, girl, trust me, I can't afford a nose job either. You know what I mean? So what can we do to take away but still make you feel better? So. Aesthetics, a crap ton of fillers and toxin, but not really. Okay, promise.
No, not at all. Not at all.
A little bit everywhere.
Yeah, you don't want to look like
what I mean.
Or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
see the plastics.
Barbies, yeah.
Like, what's the whole tabooness behind aesthetics now, right?
Yeah, like it's crazy because like I found when I started looking into what you're doing, because I feel like we discussed it a lot before you ever even started, that I was like always excited to try it, but then when I like the odd time I have a family thing, which twice a year, but like I would go tell them, be like, oh, should I say that? Because I don't know, like, wait, who do I need to pick and choose who I'm going to talk to? And then I would start off like, okay, what's probably most accepted? Like smile lines, because I guess because it changes your face a little bit if it's deeper or not. Or my 11s, like between my eyebrows, because like it makes me look angry. I didn't really want to discuss anything else I was interested in because I thought they're going to be like, oh, you're so vain, or
a negative reaction.
Yeah, or even the opposite, being like, you're so insecure, you need to get mental health. It's like
there's such a negative stigma around beauty and everything you put in your face. Meanwhile, it's just there to make you feel better as a person.
Make you more you.
Exactly.
And that's the difference, is like trying to get like the actual right injector too, because like they're gonna look at you like, this is where I see that you need to like have that enhancement, but not necessarily make you look like someone else. Because that's the whole point, is that you want to be you, but not.
Everyone's got their own goals, right?
Exactly.
Some people do want to reframe their face and whatever, but
which I did. So.
You were and are still beautiful. You
well,
know
that's
what I mean?
the thing, is that like still having, I mean, besides the fact that we're friends, but like having someone still. Best friend. Like at least that way that it makes more sense to still have someone that's looking out for you, because like that's why I wasn't really ever comfortable trying it with someone else. Also, like I'm thinking they're just trying to make me pay more for something. They're like, oh, try this new thing. Like I actually, when I was trying out laser hair removal, I did end up getting like this laser facial. Did nothing. I went like 4 times and wasted my money. I don't think I've ever mentioned that, but like I literally, I had it on my face and like it didn't do anything until like I start understanding more about what you do, and you talking about like PRF and whatnot, and being like, okay, so like the fact that you don't just like say like, oh, you put a needle and this happens and I numb you. You calm me down where it's like giving me the details. Well, it's true though, because like that way is like I'm trusting your knowledge on it more. I'm not necessarily just going like, okay, like this sounds great, she's gonna make me feel pretty. It's like, no, she's being like, here's your science, this is how it works, but also be aware of like any side effects. This is how you need to like have upkeep, take care of yourself. But honestly, like but also too, like I think the biggest reason why like I've still gotten a few things done from you, took time in between but still come back, is that like through that process, like especially with someone like I do totally identify as being like pretty insecure, that like that way I've been able to be like, oh, there's a glimpse of me that I forgot about. And then it gives you that confidence, even if like sure maybe like my chin's not as defined as before, but it's like, but I remembered who I was. Even if it's not fully permanent in the moment. It just gives you that spark, and then you get your shit together. And then so it's not like saying like, oh, this is instead of therapy, because that's not what that's supposed to be. but honestly, it just like, oh yeah, I'm that bad bitch. I forgot about her. And then like if you want
that confidence.
and then if you want to upkeep it but still be you, then you have to have the right person who's going to tell you no and when you should stop.
Exactly.
I do appreciate that.
About what you're going to look like after, right?
Yeah,
Not just pump you full of stuff and then
oh my god, I was so worried about that.
No, I think
was
that's
like, I don't want to be like a
are
dummy.
so important.
Like
Absolutely. And I'm glad that even though you had never done it and were thinking about it, you thought about coming for it. I mean, this is a topic of conversation I have with a lot of people is how do you say or approach aesthetics or consult anyone before you even get there? And, you know, I think back in the day, if you were to rewind like 10 years and you see like a celebrity on TV, so like the Kardashians, okay? Prime example. Oh, she looks like that because she's had all these things and it's like a negative connotation, right? Negative
so
stigma.
Negative.
But like, here's how I see it. And oh my God, I can feel the eye rolls. If you can get your nails done, if you can get a haircut, men, if you can get a haircut and shave your face, are you not technically altering how you look for a short period of time?
That's a good point.
Are fillers and toxin not doing the same thing just for a little bit longer so your money's more worth it?
Exactly. Yeah. More bang for your buck.
Right?
That's all I care about. Like, where's it going?
No, absolutely.
I love when I get first timers and hear how they broke out of that shell. Like, Izzy, if you want to talk about maybe your first experience.
Yeah. So, when I first discovered you, I was 18. And I feel like at that age, growing up, I always had a lot of insecurities. And I feel like once you hit 18, you have this mental state of I can be and look like whoever I want to be, you know? And
trying on all those different hats.
Yeah, like I was always insecure about my face, insecure about my body, and I was always curious. I've always been a curious person about what I can do to uplift me mentally and physically and just make me feel 100% within myself. And I was scrolling through Instagram and I was coming across a lot of pages that do exactly what you do, but your page stood out to me for a reason where I thought it was 100% real. And it didn't look staged, like there was no specific setup. It was just, these are the women who get what they need to get done as well. Men, you know, you can't leave them out. But it didn't seem like there was false, you know, hope or lies, you know, it was just real. And I remember I booked with you and I came and the first thing you said to me was, you really don't need it. And that was something that I took into account, like, wow, you know, that's like a real judgment call, something that I needed, but I just wanted it. And you I trusted you, and I trusted you to put the right amount in my lips, you know, and only doing my lips, it's made me so much more confident. And now I feel like I want to do everything, but you know, you gotta take your time. But
she'll stop you.
Oh yeah, you will. And I trust that you're always going to be honest with me, whether or not that's the goal that I want to look like, or if I'm going to look like something completely different.
Right. If you want to have the duck lips, then have the duck lips.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you said to me too.
Yeah.
You were like, you can have the duck lips, you know, but what I'm going to do to you first, you're not going to look like that. So, I don't know, it just gave me a sense of like calmness, like, oh my God, you know, I don't have anything to worry about. And I didn't.
Awesome.
And then I booked again a month later. I came back.
She came back from work.
Clearly liked it. You know,
clearly.
It's always easier to add more. It's more difficult to take away.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right? So
exactly.
worried about looking like you're from Beverly Hills, which I mean, I'd love to move there.
I think we all would love to move there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty.
But like, I feel like when people come in for the first time, especially for lip fillers, there's that concern, right? That you're going to look like this. Heck, I had to hide from my mom for a week when I first had lip filler.
Yeah. Nervous.
She was like, you're going to look like this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no.
I promise you.
Process.
And it's funny because I have girls, my friends, the same age as me, who want the same thing that I've done.
Yes. And she sends me so many of them.
Honestly, every time someone says, do you know anyone? Now it's always like, oh, ask Isabella because she knows, right? But now it's always like, listen, like, she is real. If you want the best of the best, you got to go to her.
100%.
And it's funny because the people that I have sent to you say that they love you and you're amazing and they wouldn't have want it to go to anyone else.
Oh my gosh,
which is
thank
really
you.
special.
I
You know what
really
I mean?
appreciate
And that's
that.
something that you should always remember at the back of your head. What you're doing, what you have here is special.
I just want to interrupt too, because like you haven't had your business open for very long. It's been like a year.
Yes. Yeah. My own going solo.
Yeah, but like that's crazy to still already have people being like, "Oh, she's legit. She's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
They're
For
coming
sure.
back."
I'm
You're telling your
very,
friends.
very
I'm telling my
grateful.
family members. Like,
Yep.
I'm not gonna be like sending you people I'm blood related to because they might try to murder me. Either. So,
Yeah.
like, that's the thing.
No,
they,
seriously,
they know
seriously.
where I sleep, so like
Yes,
I need to
yeah.
make sure that like what I'm telling them is legitimate.
Absolutely.
And so the fact that you've been able to like achieve that in such a short amount of time is kind of crazy.
Thank you.
So
Thank
good for
you.
you.
I'm
But-
very, very humbled by it, honestly. And I couldn't do it without any of you guys. You know, everyone in this room has come to me for something, and little or big. But one thing I've learned from my studies is that, especially from a marketing perspective, you're a marketing pro. Yes, your business comes from new clients for sure, but a lot of it comes from retaining your clients, that retention, the referrals. And I'm not doing this just to make money. I mean, full disclosure, I have a full-time job outside of this. You know what I mean?
You have, like, 3
I'm
jobs,
doing this.
actually.
I'm a little bit of a workaholic.
Crazy worker.
Kids are for later. If not, I have friends who'll have them.
Yes.
But yeah, like I do it because I want to, right?
You do it
There's
because
that
you love
purpose
it.
and
You
that
can
too.
tell. You can tell that you
care.
really love to
do.
do what you do.
I do.
cares.
It's
Exactly.
fun.
Yeah.
It's because I was there. I know what
get
it's
it.
like to feel like this and want to feel and look like this, but that doesn't come from this. That comes from this.
Yes.
Right? Like
Absolutely.
you were saying, your
100%.
mental and physical
Yeah.
Absolutely.
perspective on things.
It affects
so.
you in all sorts of ways.
It
You know what
does.
I mean?
It really,
Yes, yeah.
it really does.
So, as someone who's never like gotten my lips done yet,
Honestly,
like what
for all of us.
what would I kind of have to like do? Like, what would I expect? Like, what would I need to like prepare?
That's
like,
a great
what's
question.
Yeah.
The importance of pre and post
Yes.
procedures, people.
So what would I have to do to like get that going?
Nurse
you know?
Jackie needs the answers.
I will
She does.
try to provide them.
Reporting
Lindsay has convinced me that I might,
You
wanna
know what?
consider,
I'll hold your
so-
hand if you want me to as well. Maybe we'll do them together on the same
really
day.
strong.
I need a refill.
She might break your hand. She's very strong.
That's okay. I'm here for you.
I would have an amazing injector though.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh, don't have that much.
I'm a
stress
baby
letting
and I
things
still
happen. But yes, great
Yeah.
question.
So what would I have to do?
So for fillers, for example, pre-procedure wise, it's super important to make sure you've eaten, to make sure you've had a lot of hydration prior to the appointment. A, because you're getting needles stuck in your face by a stranger. And B, because you want to make sure you're not going to experience any vertigo or panic and just be the best you can be in terms of going through the procedure, right? Like any treatment, it hurts a little bit.
Yeah. Dehydrated.
Yeah. In addition to that, no blood thinners for like at least 3-day priors. Girls who come to me on Fridays for lip fillers, I know y'all are going out the next day.
Oh, absolutely.
Do what you want to do. Have your fun. But keep in mind, I highly, highly, highly recommend you have no Advil, no alcohol 3 days before, 3 days prior, because you'll bruise. Like,
And you don't want to bruise on your like lips.
oh,
you
it's
know?
on
Like,
your
that's-
face, dog.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
right there. You know.
It's only so much concealer a girl can buy. You know what I mean? But in all honesty, not everyone bruises. I'm saying this like I've had super bad experiences. Knock on wood, I've actually never had. But like I'm gonna advise it, right? Because
of course.
it's the truth behind it as a nurse. You know, any
Yeah.
blood thinners with bruising. Also, a super important thing that a lot of people don't know is with lip fillers. If you have a history of cold sores, you have to be on an antiviral before you come in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, how long do they have to be on that though?
It depends on like your severity of the herb and whatnot.
Totally depending on the
it's like a
person.
whole
I've
other
never had a
scientific
cold sore.
behind it.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
same.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Knock on your wood. I know you're still watching.
Oh yeah.
Not real wood. We need to clarify.
Yes. So cold sores and I mean a few other things, but most importantly, not pregnant, not breastfeeding. No ifs, ands, or buts.
I can't come in with my big 9-month
Yeah,
baby
that's
belly.
clearly there.
Mixed together,
Okay.
but that's about it. Yeah. Just there hasn't been enough research and studies done, and I can't tell you how many women I come. They're getting ready for their baby photos, and obviously I don't know when I'm talking to them or booking them online. And then they come in and I open the door, and I'm like,
Oh my
"Hey,
God.
this isn't an assumption on your weight. Are you preggo?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So important for both pre and post, but really good question. And, post-procedure wise with fillers, it's just kind of icing it, taking it easy, not using any straws.
That was a hard one for me.
The straws?
That was a hard one for me. I can't lie.
Tell you how many dinner dates I've gone on where I haven't been able to drink out of a cup. I was
I was dying.
I've never done my lips, so what are you talking about?
Oh my God. It was probably like, I was like, even a couple days after, I'm like, am I allowed?
Yes,
Do I?
yeah.
Even now, sometimes still, I'm like, to maintain it, should I not? You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
So,
How
because
long?
2 weeks. You just want to be super gentle on them. Actually, I wasn't. I used a straw because I'm a straw fiend, not plastic one. Save the turtles. Yes. But you'll actually see, don't zoom in on this, but like I have a little bit of an indent that I got to fix because I was using a straw. So like now you kind of see it. Mm-hmm.
You can because you have the eye. I can't see anything.
Don't look closer. But sometimes post-procedure wise, things can still happen. And what I mean by that is for Botox or botulinum toxin, super important thing when you have Botox in the face is you cannot lay down for 4 hours, nor can you look down. And a few other things, but some of the things that can happen is the toxin can travel beyond the muscle or come out. Like you just perspire it out so you don't get the most effects on it.
I did not know you could sweat it out.
Yes. Oh
That's
my
so
gosh.
cool.
That's
You probably told me and I just ignored you because I was like, I look pretty. But like, that's crazy.
Yeah, toxin, the more you perspire, like especially from your forehead, if it's in your frontalis, you'll just sweat it out faster. So
That's crazy.
yeah, you want to take it easy. If the guy starts asking you why you look in a certain way, you say, for your benefit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm really ripping on men today. I don't know why.
That was fantastic.
They just don't understand, the means of beauty.
I mean, it's for him to enjoy, but women do this for other women. Like, let's be real.
It's
like,
not just
you
a
get to
men and
enjoy
women
it.
thing,
But
of course,
it's for
of
you
course.
guys.
We are
guys-
spades, babes, and bros, all inclusive.
But would guys come for like Botox?
I get them for toxin.
Really?
I get them for lip fillers. I get them for jawline definition.
That makes a lot.
That makes sense. That would make sense.
So I've done more jaw lines on men than I have women.
That's
and
crazy.
going back to the Instagram page, the taboo behind it, I ask all my clients, are you okay with me posting your photos? And a lot of them aren't comfortable with it because of the
that
tabooness
stigma,
behind it, the stigma.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Right?
Honestly, though, like, if I was, like, interested in that guy and he was, like, open about it and he was like, yeah, try this because I thought it'd be cool, I'd be like, I like your openness. Like, I kind of like it more now.
I feel like that's
you
a
hearing
cool
this?
quality. That's a cool quality, Like,
yeah.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah, to
there
be
shouldn't
open
be a
like
fear.
that.
You know,
Not
it
being
shouldn't be a
toxic, you're
fear.
just being you.
if you're buying a new skirt to put on,
Yeah.
like it's all
Makeup.
temporarily making an augmentation to make yourself feel better. If you feel better,
Yeah, and guys, like, they dye their beard, so it's
Yeah.
not gray and stuff. Like,
Oh
why not
my
get a
God.
little Botox?
Right.
Why not?
right?
Yeah.
I already
Totally
glue,
work.
like glue eyelashes to my face. I'm sure I could just do
Yeah.
it.
Men have insecurities
100%.
that they don't talk about.
100%.
That's a whole other podcast.
Seriously.
That'd be its own episode.
Seriously. But even like physically, like a lot of men aren't happy with the way they look.
That's so true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, like even in the workplace. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
Honestly, my clientele is probably like 60-40, if not almost 50-50.
Wow.
Men and women. A lot of men come for me. Okay. I get dudes that come to me to fat dissolve in between their abs.
No
to get
way.
them more.
No way.
How is it even a thing?
I
That's
wouldn't
so
even
smart.
think about something like that.
That's actually really smart. I'm not gonna
So you
lie.
can even like if you were to turn around, don't do this, but like right underneath your buttocks, like your
Yeah.
inner thigh,
Yeah.
you can fat dissolve your thigh gap to make your bum look more juicy.
No way.
I get girls that come for that. I may or may not have tried it.
Don't give me an idea. Don't give me an idea.
It works.
I need
I don't have time to go to the
Okay, so I
gym.
guess we'll be booking
Wow.
appointments
I guess
after
so.
this podcast.
After this podcast. I don't think we're going home tonight. I don't think we're going home tonight.
See my friends.
Awesome. I didn't even know.
I know, right?
Wow.
So hopefully this SpadesCast will promote more people to come
Yeah.
out. about
Hopefully guys will see this and realize, okay.
you know, your friends already come
You
to
can
me.
come.
Dudes. Yeah.
Men are
Come on
welcome.
in. Yes.
Men are always welcome.
Always.
Yeah.
Actually, next week I have a very a very particular man coming on set to talk about his experience with PRF and hair loss. And he's really high up there when it comes to business and being around men and, again, having that taboo-ness and trying all the hair oils and wearing caps. And it was just making it worse. And so, that'll be a whole... I can't wait for you guys to watch. He's going to talk about his experiences. Yeah. Really fascinating. And it's nice to hear people's stories, really.
For sure. Absolutely.
And it'll be nice to, like, your other male clientele to hear that.
Yeah.
And then be like, like, you know, that could be me too. Like, you know, there doesn't have to be that, like, negative. Exactly.
Yeah.
All confidential.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, I'm, like, if I heard about it, I'd be like, I'm not going to judge you because, like, I like knowing that, like, maybe we have something more to talk about now. Yeah. But honestly, the fact that no one even has to know because you're not going to see it is the biggest thing. And, like, I think the more important thing, too, at least for me, is that, like, it's not surgical. Like, it's a needle. And you can try it. If you're still not cool with it, then move on. Yeah. And it's not like you've cut yourself open, you have this massive scar. Yeah. You had a bad doctor. Because I'm sure there's a lot of that, but there's lots of wonderful ones. Otherwise, that wouldn't be a business. I mean, but at least this way is like a good first step to try it out. And it's natural. It's from your own body.
PRF. Oh, gosh. We're going to have a whole bit for you guys on PRF.
Yeah.
TLDR, long story short, you just take a little bit of blood from your I take a little blood from you. You know, put it in a centrifuge, spin super fast for a couple of minutes, and it separates your plasma high protein from your plasma low, and we take that back in and inject it. I'm not even kidding you. The only way I learned what PRF, not PRP, PRF is better. Okay. Just saying. You guys know Gollum from Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Oh my god, yes.
I was Gollum.
No, I don't believe it.
Me in nursing school.
You did have very thin hair.
Like,
really?
These are not extensions. I can put my hand through, not one hair will fall.
Wow.
Yes.
Like, okay, listen, I never noticed it, but your before and after was pretty impressive.
I used to wear extensions back in the day.
Like a full,
But your before and after photos of your PRF, I think you showed me.
Oh, like, okay, yeah.
Damn.
It's like night and day.
Yeah.
You go from seeing her scalp to like not seeing any scalp.
And you have like a thick sum of hair. Like,
it's your own blood.
I know.
It looks so nice.
Thank you.
And like healthy, shiny. Like,
but see, non-invasive, no hair transplant required.
Exactly.
I have a lot of guys that come that actually go for hair transplants in Turkey and whatnot. But then the first thing they tell you is to go for PRF or PRP. Wow. Because you have to still simulate the cells to rejuvenate.
Yeah, because if there's no hair follicle, what are they transplanting?
Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah, like they are still putting follicles in. Basically, it's a little bit more. We'll get into
this is why I don't want to do it, but
it's basically like
I'm not the nurse.
But going back to your less invasive than surgery, the reversal, the scars, I think another people don't realize is how you can reverse issues that may sometimes happen from aesthetics.
So what could happen? Like what issue?
Well, actually, I had one experience with Sloan, and I'm going to tell you, any injector that says this hasn't happened to them, A, they're too amateur, or B, they're lying to you.
Probably
sometimes,
Probably lying.
Just not open, not necessarily lying.
Yeah, listen, there's nothing to be ashamed of. It happens. So I spocked Sloan's brow, I don't know if I did it or if it happened afterwards. Yeah. So
what does that mean?
So what that means is when we did her frontalis, one side relaxed a little bit more than the other. So like her eyebrow would shoot up more when she was expressive.
Oh, like a full, you know.
Yeah, it was like, well, I mean, I put it on. Well,
I can't even do it. I have too much in my face.
And the crazy part is that we didn't notice. Like, I didn't notice, and then I didn't tell you for like over a week. So it
takes 2 weeks to fully set.
Yeah, so that's the thing. You're like, there's no way that this is that, because the problem is that I wasn't really going out like during the week. I work from home. I'm not putting makeup on every day, so I didn't notice it. It wasn't until I started doing eyeliner and brows and like trying to even out my face, I was like, wait a second. This one's a little bit droopier, and like the main thing too is because I have hooded eyes, it was like a little bit lower, and then this one was not moving as much, and this one was fully. And I naturally have a very expressive face. Like I think right now a lot of like any Botox I've had has worn off because it's been a little while, but at that time it was only noticeable in a video that I sent you.
Yes.
And I'm so sorry because I felt so bad. I was
no, it's okay.
Well, because I was
happens.
I was like, she's my friend. I'm gonna show her something that I thought was kind of funny.
I feel like that's more pressure when
when you
something
know them,
happens
I
when you know them.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
Well, so that's the thing is that when my first thought is I want to show my friend something that I think she's gonna laugh at me for. I didn't think I didn't know in a fun way. I didn't think she's also my injector. She might start thinking
it's very likely
on professionalism. Well, that's the thing is that like I thought like I want my friend to laugh with me, and she was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot you did that." So I was like, I wasn't even thinking that, and then but after that, like you messaged me so many times. I think didn't you pull yourself on a meeting or like a dinner or something to start answering
right away? It's like
so like how would you fix it?
Yeah.
Super easy. We corrected it right away. We just raised the eyebrow that was a little bit more relaxed, and we relaxed the one that wasn't. It was just like literally 2
so
minutes
it's an easy fix.
There. Easy fix. With toxin, it's a tricky one. Like I said, it's so easy for it to migrate and move. And
it was your like quick reaction. Yeah, I was like, that's
guaranteed by over panic support. Believe me.
Yeah, but at the same time, it helped me because then I was like, oh, I don't even have to think about it. She's already all over it.
You took the edge off.
Yeah,
I'm sure you took the edge off.
That's exactly what it was. You took the edge off of like I didn't have to panic because I was like, oh, she's cool. She's got it. So I was like, all right, I'll see her later, and we're good.
And you always respond to messages like so quickly, so like attention to detail, like right away. So
you do.
I feel like you bring that like kind of comfort forward, like with just how you deal with your clients.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
there's been some like sales peeps I've dealt with that tell me like, oh, like don't panic about not responding right away or whatever the case. But this is why it's kind of important because there are serious complications that can occur, especially with fillers like occlusions. It'll be a different video, don't worry. But it's important to be prompt and apparent and like present 100%. Right away, right?
People want that. If they're like getting a service from you and like doing something to your face, they want you to answer if they're worried, right? Like they want that like safety, that comfort. Like they're like panicking to text you. If you respond right away, like you're gonna immediately ease that panic. You know? So I think you're great with like how quick you respond. Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
Okay, they're not that biased, but they're biased. No, but they've had real experiences, not so great ones and great ones, and everything in between.
But it turned into a great one because like it's even. There you go.
Yes.
But like
also you live and you learn.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Having your business, you're going to have some downs, you're going to have some ups, but it's what comes out of that experience.
And as a client, I went through it with her. So then it's like, okay, we both know next time try this instead. And then it's like, okay, like now I'm more comfortable. It's almost like, you're not usually like close with someone until like you've gone out together or something's happened. It was like that. So I was like, okay, like,
the trauma.
That's what I'm saying. Stop it.
I'm totally
she values that moment. You value that moment.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
That's my motto. Less. It's always easy. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm screwing up my own motto. Okay.
And cut. So what is your motto?
Oh, yes. Hence my motto. It's always easier to add more. It's harder to take away. So, plan. Another thing, don't come to me 2 weeks before your wedding. Not that we're making mistakes. Again, you just don't know how you're going to respond, react. If you need more, if you need less, we have time. We have wiggle room. You have me. I'm right here. I like to travel too. So, don't hold me by the throat.
Nothing last minute.
Correct. Well, you came to me to fix that.
I did.
That was the other thing.
It was a nice, lovely hour in traffic. It was great.
Because you're you're all the way out here in Brampton. I was in Toronto. So the fact that you came to my door and you were like, I got all my stuff. Let's set up.
Look, here's why. Because I called these ladies on a whim and I said, I want you guys as guests. And all three of them came from like literally Idaho to be here. So thank you, ladies. There's only coffee in our mugs, but I'm gonna cheers y'all anyway.
Yes,
I appreciate it.
Cheers to beautiful ladies.
First
cheers.
podcast.
Can I reach over? I got it.
Next time.
Cheers, guys.
Ciao.